Alright guys, update. This is Saturday, the 29th, I believe. Doing the update. Let me show you what I got done so far. We got all the leads ran for the BMS all the way down. There is the positive side, and down here is the negative side. And as you might notice, I changed the way that the batteries were sitting. The bars used to run this way. Now I got them running that way. And that was to give me more room inside of the box so I can get back in there to the breakers on the lines going to the inverter, on the power lines. Other than that, I got some of the stuff done. As you can see right here, I got the BMSs hooked up. Make sure all the leads was correct and everything was correct, and everything is hooked up now. And let me get set up, and then we're gonna go over some of the things I found out on this unit here, and I'll be right back. Hold on just a second. Alright guys, I'm back. Now, let's start off with this here. This thing gave me a headache, but I got it up and going. You can flick through the screens. Just get it so you can see it. I don't know why it goes to 19, 20, and all of them first, but there's 1 through 14, 16, 17, 18 is all zeros, but they still on there. Then you can go back to the main screen. Temperature sensor, which I haven't got the temperature sensors hooked up yet. I'll be working on that after I make this video. There's another setting telling you how many batteries you got in there, if the balancer's on and off, if the MOSFET, the charging MOSFET's on, if the import MOSFET is on. Go to that. Tells you the volts, the amps, battery, percentage. Gives you the highest cell, the lowest cell, the average cell. Give you the amp hours, and that's how many watts we're using. Alright, it just went back to the same thing. But what I want to tell you on this thing here is, I couldn't never find no videos saying, explaining this, so I'm going to make a video so anyone that needs help with this, they can refer to this video. You got right here, you got a red and a black. This red and this black is hot and ground, goes directly to the battery. You can do 24 volt all the way up to 150 volts that you can run through here. From 24 all the way up to 150 volts. And like I said, that goes directly to the battery. Then you're going to have these 4 wires here. And these 4 wires here, you got a green, yellow, red, and black. And then they're going to give you another one that plugs into here. And you'll have a green, yellow, red, and black. But where I messed up at was, I was hooking the red and red together, green and green together, yellow and yellow, and the black and black. That was wrong. That's not right. You gotta tie the 2 reds together. Then you tie the 2 yellows together. And then you tie the green and the black together, and a green and a black together. I don't know why they did it like that, but that's how they did it. So you tie the green and the black, and the green and the black. The two yellows go together, and then the two reds go together. So I don't know. Don't ask me why they did it that way. I can't tell you. But it's up and running, and I'm going to be mounting this out in the area out there next to the inverters. I won't have to keep coming in here and let me set that right there. With that multimeter, looking at it, I can just glance at it out there. All right, I got my hot. Well, I said hot. Scratch that. I mean, I got my ground here, and I got my other ground on this one. So one of these is on this battery. The other one is on this battery over here. So what happened is, if this BMS senses a problem on this bank here, it'll shut this bank down, but it'll still let this bank go. Now at the end of these two, they both are tied together into one and going to the inverters, to a bus bar and going to the inverters. So it looks like each one of these are separate, but they tied at that end. That way I can shut power off to either one of these banks without interrupting power in the house. So that's how I got these two hooked up. And yeah, I think that's about it in here. If you have any questions, just leave them down here at the bottom and I'll get back with you. But let's go out and take a look at the inverter. Hold on. Alright guys, we out here in the garage and I am pulling 1,000 watts right now. Got 29% left in the battery bank, and this here is reading both battery banks, how much power is in both of them. It's 29%, and that's only from 100%, which is I'm charging up to 57.2 is where I'm charging it. So 100% is 57.2 down to 49 volts. So 49 volts, it'll automatically transfer over to the grid and start charging the batteries up. Right now, with this 900 right at 1,000 watts, we can run for 8 hours straight on what we got left in the battery on this 29%. Now, we got this one sitting at 53.0. That one's saying 53.5. And this one is saying 53.5. So I don't know why this thing here is always a little off, but it is. But what I want to do, I want to get my BMS's, the battery part of that, set up correctly. So what I want to do is I want to get these batteries fully charged. So I'm going to charge them up using the grid. And how I do that is you got your button here, you hold it. You went to the program screen, you go to 1, press enter, and then I'll go to that one right there, press enter, and then you hit escape. It switched over. There it is. It went into bypass, and the charger be coming on here in a second. There it is. The charger is on. Both of them is charging. There they go. Now I turned the charging up on these, and now I'm charging at 94.9 amps. We're putting 5,100 watts into it. And right now we're at 53.9, and as you can see, that time is starting to go back. That's telling you how long it'll be before the batteries is fully charged. And as you can see, the screen is blinking, it's dimming and getting brighter. That means that power is flowing backwards through the shunt and is sensing that the batteries are charging. So it's letting you know the batteries is charging, and right here is telling you how many kilowatts you're putting in, 5.1. This is how many amps, 94.8. This is your volts. Right here is how long it'll take for the batteries to get to fully charged. Right there is your percentage on how much power is in the battery now. And right here is your amp hours. So, yeah guys, that's it for tonight. I just wanted to give you a little update. I'm going to get to work, trying to get a little work done tonight so I can try to get this thing finished up. As you can see, we're charging. So I want this to get fully charged. But I'm gonna get more in detail on that, on the BMSs as I get further into finishing this up. I'll go more into detail. But as of so far, I have ran up to 3,500 watts through that BMS. I believe somewhere around 60 amps through that BMS with no problem at all. That was with air conditioning going, 2 TVs going. I turned a toaster oven on and turned the microwave on and had a bunch of lights and stuff on, and it handled it with no problem. So I don't think I'm gonna need to use them solenoids because the charging on here is pretty good. I don't think I want to charge no higher than about 100 amps going into the battery bank. According to the Nissan Leaf manual, the Nissan Leaf batteries will handle 130 amp charging. It says not to exceed 130 amps. But I want my batteries to last, so I'm not going to hit it with that many amps. I'm going to try to be conservative, so I'm going to stay with this around 95 to 100, so I can make sure that everything is have a good longevity. But before I go, let's go in and take a look at the little meter inside, and let's see what it's doing, because I never seen it when it was charging. Hold on. Alright guys, here's the meter, and as you can see, it's taking in all the way up at the top to your right. It says plus 64.3 amps. So we pushing 64.3 amps into that battery bank, and let's see, what is the watts? Watts is right here. It's the second one down on your left hand side. It says plus 2,518 watts is going into the battery bank. Let's go to one or the other. Hold up, I'm trying to keep this thing. That's the temperatures. Haven't got that hooked up. Okay, here we go. We're at 54.3 volts, taking in 46.3 amps. You got the highest. I need to turn my balancer on. Haven't had this balancer on this in a while, and it looks like it done kind of got out of balance a little bit, because you can see the highest cell all the way to your right up at the top. It says H. Highest cell is 8. It's 3.884. Lowest cell 3.872. And then you have the average cell 3.876. So you got one that's kind of getting high, and then you got amp hours 194.6. See, that needs to all be adjusted. I'm gonna get that done when I get the battery fully charged. I'm gonna set everything in here, and then we got right here you got plus 2,515 watts going into the battery. But guys, I gotta get to work. Wanted to give y'all an update, and I will see y'all later. Alright, have a good one.